Happy Monday, Dunlow families and students. It's Miss Green with your weekly announcements. Last week was our first week to provide those weekly announcements for you, and I made a mistake. I don't think that I mentioned anybody who would be celebrating a birthday all the way through the end of the week last week. So I've got quite a list of students to recognize today. Some are belated birthday wishes. So I hope these students had a wonderful birthday last week. Riley in Miss Karna's class, Lene and Xavier Doyle. Lene is in was in Miss Seidler's class. Xavier was in Mrs. Grimm's class. Happy belated birthday to Flanori from Mrs. Kimbler's class, Harley from Mrs. Dargish, Layla from Mrs. Wickham, Nene from Miss Miller, Zoe from Miss Ferguson, Serenity from Miss Karstadt, and Brooklyn. Actually, Serenity and Brooklyn are today, and so is Mackenzie from Mrs. Grimm's class. So happy birthday to you guys. Bellathina is having a birthday tomorrow for Miss Kyber's class. Malia is having a birthday later this week on Wednesday for Mrs. Dargish's class, and so is Kalia from Miss Kyber's class. And then also Charlie from Miss Kyber's class. Man, Mrs. Kyber's kindergartners who are now going to first grade, they have a lot of birthdays this week. Aaliyah in Miss Miller's class is having a birthday on Thursday, and that's my son's birthday too. He's going to be 26. Leo in Miss Kyber's class will be having a birthday on next weekend. So happy birthday to all of you coming up, and happy belated birthday to all of you that I missed last week. I'm so sorry about that. Just a few reminders today that I do not yet know how this will go, but we're going to do a weekly Flipgrid challenge for what you are reading. So I have created the Flipgrid, and I will post the link down in the comments section on our dojo page and on our Facebook page. So if you would like to take 30 seconds and show us the book that you're reading, or tell us about the book that you're reading, that would be great. I would love to hear all about that. I will be posting my Flipgrid video later this evening when I'm at home with the book that I'm currently reading. Super excited to hear what you guys are reading this summer. I hope we get lots of people to participate with that as well. But even if it's just me, Mr. Spadero, some teachers, and a few students, it's all good. And then a few other announcements. I do not yet know when our yearbooks will be in, so if you ordered a yearbook, don't worry. As soon as those come in, we will let you know. And now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Spadero for the rest of the announcements. Over to you, Mr. Spadero.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you, Miss Green, for passing the announcements over to me. So I'm going to go through a few general announcements for you guys, and that'll be it. So one of the first things I want to talk about is our summer lunch program. So this is going to look similar to what it looked like during our e-learning, where you're able to come to certain schools in our district to pick up grab-and-go lunches. The biggest thing that's changing with this is there are only 3 locations in the district now. This starts on Wednesday, June 10th, and like I said previously, you'll have grab-and-go style meals. They'll be served on Mondays and Wednesdays from 11:30 to 12:30. The 3 locations are Asbury Elementary School, Middle School North, and Middle School Central. Okay, so we have Asbury, Middle School North, and Middle School Central. We will not have meals at Dunlow, unfortunately. Okay, each Monday students will get 2 days of breakfast and lunch, and on Wednesdays they'll get 3 days of breakfast and lunch, just like how we were doing previously. The meals are actually paid for by the federal school lunch program, and that requires distribution sites to give the meals to children 18 and under only. Okay, so check that out if you guys want some free food, some free meals. Those are our 3 locations: Asbury, Middle School North, and Middle School Central, and that'll be going on throughout the summer. Okay. The next thing, guys, this is a super important thing. Miss Green and I have been talking about this for several months. As you guys have probably already heard, we have switched to all online for all of our enrollment and for everything that we do in terms of paper stuff that you guys have to fill out: emergency medical cards, field trip permission forms, waivers, and all kinds of different things for sports, all that stuff across the whole district. And we're using a system called Final Forms. We do need you guys to get into Final Forms and fill out. You can do it now, which is great. You can get it taken care of so you don't have to wait till last minute in August, but we do need families to get into the system called Final Forms and fill out beginning of the year paperwork for your students so they are ready to go. I want to give you some quick instructions on how to do that. I'll also post a link in the video comments below so that you guys can click on that, and it should take you right to the website to do so. So Final Forms, if you go to our district website, okay, you're going to have to go to the Enroll tab, and that's right across the top. You'll see it. It's in white letters with like a black background. It says Enroll. You're going to click on Enroll, and when you get to enrollment, you're going to scroll down about halfway down the page, and you're going to see this little emblem on the right that says Speedy Start, and it looks like a picture, and you're going to actually click on that picture, and that'll take you right to Final Forms. We're hoping, and we know this is going to be a lot quicker and easier for parents to get things done. That way we don't have to worry about papers not coming home or not coming back to school. You can do everything online. So please do that as soon as you can. Like I said, you can get it taken care of now, and then you don't have to worry about it until August. Or you don't have to worry about it at all, or wait until August. So check out the link in the comments below, and you will be able to hopefully get some of that knocked out for us, okay? I also want to talk about our family forum. Miss Green and I will be back starting on Wednesdays. We were doing our Saturday mornings, but we're going to change that up to Wednesday evenings. We'll do our first one this week on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. So stay tuned for that. Check us out on Facebook. If you just log into Facebook and look at our Dunlow Elementary page, we'll be live talking about some things going on this summer. Probably some silly stuff as well, just so you guys get a chance to know us and we get a chance to know you, and we'll probably go over these same announcements and things that we're talking about today. But join us. We'd love to have you guys there. We love when you're interacting and you're tuning in, so that's been great. I also know, kind of the last thing I wanted to talk about is I know Miss Green had addressed this in her announcements last week, and I actually live downtown, and there's been a lot going on here in the recent weeks in terms of protests and all kinds of different amazing movements towards ending racial injustice. And we know here in the school building we work in and what we do as educators and as administrators that this is a lifetime battle. And we are really inspired and excited to see the movements that are happening really all across the world. And like I mentioned before, I live downtown, so I am very close to the protest. I have been to them, I've participated, I've been down in the area, and I had a chance yesterday. I actually I like to ride my bike, and I took my bike down to the Short North Arts District, which if you're not familiar with that, it's a long piece of high street close to my neighborhood that connects right to downtown and runs all the way through the middle of the city, all the way up to Clintonville, through Ohio State's campus. And, unfortunately last weekend, there were a very, very tiny percentage of people who were out showing support for the Black Lives Matter movement and, there to end racial injustice. There was some looting and things along those lines. And basically what had happened is a lot of insurance companies asked businesses in the area downtown to just as a precaution to board up their windows to keep them from being broken or anything along those lines. And I will say it was a pretty dim, odd thing to see driving through downtown every day, and every single storefront for several miles is just boarded up with plywood. And it was a pretty wild thing to see for a couple days, and literally within 1 week, the community rallied together, and the district is called the Short North Arts District. And what's been really amazing, what I had a chance to do yesterday, is collectives of Black artists from all over the city and other artists came together, and they have been painting murals on all of that wood for miles downtown. I think I took about 200 pictures yesterday of different pieces of artwork and different murals, and had a chance to interact with some of the artists who were painting, and it was a really cool thing to see. And if you haven't had a chance to, if you have the ability to go downtown to Short North, I highly encourage you to check out some of the murals and some of the art. Take pictures of it, read it, spend some time just walking up and down the sidewalks. Most of the businesses are all still open. They have remained with the wood on there, and I think there is a plan to save all that art once those do come down. So it was a really cool experience. I wanted to speak to that and suggest, if you have a chance, take your family out there and check that out here in the next week, or today. It's a beautiful day today too. So we'll post some pictures and share some of those that we saw and that we noticed, or that I saw and I had noticed, and really caught my eye. But it's a pretty beautiful thing. So that's all I wanted to say about that. We as administrators and as educators, this is something that we take very seriously, and our fight happens every single day here and for years, and will continue to. Things aren't going to happen and change overnight, and we're aware of that, and we know that we all have to do a better job around the clock, and every single day we step foot into this building and when we step foot out of it. So we are here for you. We are a team. We are a family. We mean that in every single sense. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you listening, and have a good rest of the day. Thanks.